Welcome to Total Training for Adobe Photoshop CS4 Advanced. I'm Jennifer Smith. I'm a designer, instructor, and also author of over a dozen books on the Adobe Creative Suite applications. The following lessons are going to take your Photoshop skills to the next level by exploring advanced concepts, most of which include layers and their incredible capabilities. The lessons are designed to start at a foundational level and then move quickly into some more advanced features. In the first chapter, you're going to discover how to take advantage of advanced navigational skills and also how to customize your workspace. So let's get started. In this lesson, you find out how to make the Adobe Photoshop CS4 workspace work for you. Many people don't realize the importance of an organized workspace and how much more productive you can be if you start off with good habits. It's just like your desk. Keep it organized and you won't waste time looking for the tools that you need. I will move quickly through tips and tricks that have been around for ages, but that many people don't know exists. So I'm going to start out by pointing out some workspace changes that are new to Photoshop CS4. I want you to notice one of the very first things that you'll see that's new in Photoshop CS4, and that's the application bar across the top. In here, there is a Launch Bridge button, and if I click on that, it launches Bridge. And if you're trying to navigate and you want to find your folders out on your desktop or wherever you saved them, notice that I can click on the Favorites tab or the Folders tab, go out to the desktop, and I can see my project files for PS/CS4 Advanced. I can open them or shut them. And I'm just navigating into the Chapter 01 folder and then double-clicking on the guitar player. I'm coming up with an embedded profile mismatch. I'm just clicking OK. You may or may not have that. I'll be discussing some color issues later. So I have this handsome gentleman open and I want to start working with him, but I want to explain the workspace at the same time. So like for instance, I can click on the View Extras and show grids and show rulers, show guides. I can change the zoom level. I can use the hand tool, which is the same hand tool here, which won't work if you're at 100% view, but if I press Command++, zoom in a little bit, or Control++, I can now use my hand tool from the application bar. Command or Control 0 will put me back to full view. I've got the zoom tool, and then I've got this new rotate view tool, which confuses some people because it's not really rotating your image. If I click on this tool, and then I click down on the image and reposition it, I am just moving the image around so that I can work on it, retouch it, do some things to this image that perhaps are easier to do on an angle. So like for instance, I might want to add hair to this handsome gentleman to make him a real rock star. And it might just be easier to do on this angle. Now thank gosh for Command and Control Z. Undo that. Now, if I'm back on this tool, I can reset the view easily or even punch in an exact angle rotation if I'd like. I'm going to press Reset. Now, this next Arrange Documents feature is huge, especially in Adobe Photoshop CS4. And the reason for that is that as a default, your windows become tabbed to each other as you open up additional files. So let me give you an example. I'm choosing the Launch Bridge button and clicking on Singer PSD. Okay. Okay, notice it tabbed itself to the other file. I don't know about you, but this drives me crazy. I can untab it by grabbing the tab and moving it down, and then it's floating. But if I take this image and I move it too close to the other image, you'll see a blue line up here, and it retabs itself back in. Now, if this absolutely drives you crazy, you can go under Photoshop Preferences to your interface. This will be under Edit Preferences on the Windows platform, and you can uncheck Open Documents as Tabs. Just because I want to stick to the default as much as possible, I'm going to leave mine checked and cancel this. But this is where I can take advantage of the Arrange Documents button up here in the application bar. If I click on this, the drop-down menu recognizes that I have two images open, and I have a choice of viewing these images two up, either horizontally or vertically. If I have three images up, then the three up is not grayed out, and I can choose different arrangements for three images. In this case, I want to see my images side by side, so I simply click on the two up. I now see both of my images. Now notice when I go to the Tools panel, this is something that you might want to change too. It's up to you. But my Tools panel is one long Tools panel now. And if I click on this little double arrow at the top, I can go back to working with the regular 2-column Tools panel. And now I want to select the Move tool. I can simply press the letter V. Now, the letter V takes me to my Move tool, but if I want to go to other tools, you'll also see that if I cross over the rectangular marquee tool, for instance, that there's an M in parentheses at the end, indicating that I can just simply hit the letter M to access that tool. Not Command or Control M, just M, or B for the brush tool. Now, you'll also notice that there are triangles down in the lower right-hand corner. Those triangles indicate that there are additional hidden tools. If I click and hold on this tool, I can see that in addition to the brush tool, there's a pencil tool and a color replacement tool. If I want to access these even easier, I can simply add the Shift key to the tool shortcut. So in other words, I can press Shift B and it'll rotate to the pencil or the color replacement tool. I want to go back to my marquee tool, M. I want to switch to the elliptical marquee tool, Shift M. Shift M back. So you can really access all your tools very easily if you know the keyboard shortcuts for the tools that are most popular and that you use the most. Now, continuing on with this, I want you to notice that before I start working on these two images, that as I click on different tools, my options at the top change. You've got a menu bar. You've seen this before. You have a new application bar. And then the options bar, which has been there for several versions. And you'll notice that as I select different tools, I have different options. These are related to the tool that I have selected. So like for instance, if I click on the rectangular marquee tool, I have feather and then the style of selection that I can make. I can also switch to the brush tool, regular brush tool, and you'll see that now I have opacity and blending modes and airbrush options, all sorts of things. So if I am referencing a certain option while you're going through these videos that you do not see in your options panel, it may be that you have the wrong tool selected.